Okay, right, so final session, 10 minutes of me, 5 minutes of saying goodbye. The speakers have done an awesome job of destroying 1, 2, 3 reserve decks I had for the final piece. So I'm going for another deck which I've been using for something in the region of 2.5, 3 years. You've seen it before, but you don't seem to hear it. So I'm going to have to show it to you yet again so you get my point, okay? Because I just don't think you're getting it, okay? The so question. So the so question is simple. Here's a cheat sheet on steroids. Everything today has been about how do we get more sales? How do we make this thing happen? So the cheat sheet on sales looks pretty much as follows. Number 1, Ben Potter, positioning. Please. Aaron said it, if you don't stand for something, you stand for nothing. You've got to sort out the positioning of your business. And that means you've got to sort out your proposition and the elevator pitch. Yeah? Don't hang around, you've got to do that stuff. Secondly, think about outbound and inbound, part of which is sense making, which I'm going to talk about in a bit. It also means sorting out your content, your cases. Remember, Neil talked about content and cases and testimonies all being sorted out by your AI and therefore social proof. Part 4, Lucy in the other room, events, yeah? Speaking, engaging, connecting, webinars, seminars, dinners, breakfast. That's how you make this stuff happen. And finally, proactive processes. Referrals, that's Ben in the other room. It was also Mark in this room. Referrals, absolutely, you need to be doing this stuff. Everyone says they do referrals. None of you do it properly. You do some referrals, but you don't do referrals 1 hour a day, every day, religiously as a process. Cross-sell, upsell, use the magic matrix, account management. This was an hour-long presentation. It's now 10 minutes. Anything you want to know, talk about it afterwards. So, what is the primary obstacle to the sale? The primary obstacle to the sale is not the seller's struggle to sell. You think it's all about you. Just wake up and get some sense about what this is about. The problem, yeah, is that the customers are totally and utterly overwhelmed with the rubbish stuff that you keep throwing at them. You laugh nervously, but just get real for a moment. Let's just go back, okay? Let's just go back to where we were, okay? A long, long time ago, yeah, you remember that time? A long, long time ago, I need to get a bucket to throw up. There was Simon Sinek, yeah? Yeah? People don't buy what you do, they buy your why. What a load of bollocks. I'm sorry, yeah? This is Logitech. Did I buy it because I care about what Logitech is or what they do? These are NB, New Balance. Do I care about who they are and why they make it? These books were published by Amazon. Do I care about why Amazon made it? This bag comes from Google. Do I care about why they made it? You know, this is a wonderful 1990s thing. Brilliant internally for your people, totally awesome. But I suspect a way of selling, come to my agency because our why is we want to save the dolphins, isn't going to actually do it. And that's what people say. So Simon Sinek, 1990s, great, fantastic. But this is how you sell. 1, giving, okay? This is how you give, and this is how you do it. Oh, fantastic. Here. Have some socks, have some socks, have some socks, have a book, read my book, read this book, take this book, read this book, read this book. I'm going to give you all my stuff, and if I give you all my stuff, and I can give you my blogs, I got content I've produced, then everything will be fantastic, because I want to give you everything, because I give, and when I give, everything's wonderful. Yeah? And then we realized that that didn't actually work too well, you know, because everyone's giving all the time, everyone does 5 blogs a week, everyone goes on and on. I can give you a lot more information on that. Doesn't work. And they realized that with the notion of the Challenger sale was good, but the Challenger sale isn't that spot on. Content is king. Sorry. Content is king. I can give you a lot more information. Nice, but it doesn't work. Look, who closes most by giving? You get a 30% chance of making the sale. All the research, over 2,000 people by Nick Toman, Gartner. Read it, okay? So, what is it if it's not giving? Telling. Thank you very much. This is how you tell, yeah? Buy from me. Buy from me. I want you to buy from me. Can anyone hear me? Buy from me. If you don't understand what telling actually means, telling means looking like this, okay? This is telling. Buy from me. Buy from me. That is what telling is. And if you really believe that telling is going to work by telling people what they need to do and how they're going to do it, have a little think about it. Please, have a little think about it. So, scores on the doors. 50%. It's getting better. You're getting a sense of what I'm talking about now. So, third place is sense-making. Yeah. Sense-making, so this is for what's called high-value, high-impact purchases, like what you sell. There's a lot of information. Let me help you make sense of it. And what does that actually mean? It means looking a bit like this. Oops, hang on. I can find it. Oh, it's gone. There it is. It means being like Gandalf, yeah? That is actually what you need to be doing in your agency. You need the voice of Gandalf, because Gandalf, bless his cotton socks, I've lost the clicker somewhere in there on all this mess.
It's offended because you don't care why it clicks.
Yeah, I know. Sense-making is about prioritizing the simplicity, giving people the sense of where they are and what their options are and how they can do it. It's not that complicated, yeah? Look, 80% chance of making the sale from sense-making. Really, what our well-educated potential clients need is us to make sense. We know that they're already over halfway in the decision-making process. They're over halfway in the decision-making process when they approach us. We know that they've already pretty much made the decision to buy when they come to see us. They've done the research. They've done the comparisons. They've done all that stuff. So sense-making makes absolute sense. So what is sense-making? Let me just expand a little bit on that, okay? It's connecting them to the relevant resources, proper resources, not a bit of research, but actually Gartner or Google or Ernst & Young, but proper validated sources to back up your argument. All you're doing is showing them the argument. Clarify the complex information everyone gets them. Oh, GA4, it's so complicated, you won't understand it. It's really much. And GA3, well, you got until July the 22nd. You know, it's not helping. So you've got to be there to help them simply make sense of what their options are, to simply give them the opportunity to make the decisions. And then you want to collaborate on their learning. You want to be helping them to learn, helping them to understand so they can make a decision. Okay, let me just expand on that. Connect to the relevant sources. Have a diagnostic, something that'll help them understand what their needs are. Yeah. Provide these curated sources. Give them stuff that's new to them. Yeah? They want up-to-date stuff. Demonstrate that you're on the ball, that you understand the industry. Demonstrate that you can help them make sense of the complexity. And do that with proper evidence, proper facts. That complexity, you can clarify them by simplifying it and, again, giving them tools to engage that. And finally, collaborate. Work with them to identify questions they hadn't asked. Why is GA4 important? Yeah. Or should video be included? Or what is it that customers really want? Or what's most effective? But you're doing it with a deep voice, with authority, as an advisor, as a support like Gandalf. And give them the opportunity to independently verify the options. So you're not saying buy from me, you're saying, if this is what you're looking for, these are the things you probably need to consider. Here's a way of considering them. Now go away and make the decision that you want to make. It's backing off, being the expert, so they will come to you later on. So, the cheat sheet is all about positioning, deciding about outbound, inbound, events, proactive processes. We could have done an hour and a half on any one of those. So what we need is we need to stand out, stand for something, be different. Remember Aaron? We need a simplicity in our model that we're delivering, how we make, how we construct, how we make things happen. And we need what I would call a premium price, a price which is commercially sensible for us, that gives us the profit we actually need. Because if you've got the simplicity and the standout but no premium price, you're going to have to chase volume, and that's going to be really slow and long. Yeah? And if you've got the premium price and the standout but no simplicity, it's just stress and chaos. And if you've got the simplicity and the premium price but you don't stand out, you're just desperately exposed to the market. The market is going to beat you. The market's going to get on top of you. So, if I were you, I would simplify, simplify, simplify. Yeah, simplify your proposition to price. And the word, I think, for the day is the value that you're giving people, the value that you're offering them, that it makes obvious sense to them they should be buying from you. Measure the KPIs, the OKRs, the value, the dull, boring stuff, which isn't dull and boring. It's actually incredibly sexy and exciting, but not everyone sees the world the way I do. Deliver the customer experience, the touch, the feel, the engagement, the sense that I'm actually talking to someone. There's a lovely presentation in Slovenia talking about engagement on one side. This is by a sex therapist, by the way. On engagement on one side, yeah, engagement and intimacy on one side, and efficiency on the other, yeah. Efficiency isn't great. I mean, giving your wife a present via Amazon isn't the thing that actually really is exciting. It's actually the intimacy of you bothering to go to the shop and buying the flowers, or whatever the non-sexist answer to the question to that is. And increase your prices, increase your utilization, increase the value, and please, please, please have a plan B, because you need one. My belief is that the cup is half full, not a half empty. This whole conference has been about, is it half full, half empty? What have I been saying to all of you? 2023 was shit, 2024 might be shit as well. Okay, so somehow you've got to figure out a way of that not being a problem for you. And I think we should do the following. We've got to have the growth mindset. Just listen, reflect on what Amy was talking about earlier on, this whole sense of yes and rather than no but. I think we need an innovative customer obsession. I think this is an industry where we really are well behind lots of other people. We all talk about customer experience. We all talk about customer journey. Anne and I were on a forum together with Becky, thank you very much. But we talked more about our systems and processes rather than how the customer felt about us. It's kind of like we kind of didn't quite talk about how the customers really feel. And it's about the dull, boring stuff. So this week, if I was you, I'd figure out how can you simplify this business. This month, I would figure out why should people bother to buy from us? That fundamental question. You know, I'm going to phone every one of you at 3 o'clock this morning when you've got your massive hangover and say, hello, why should people bother to buy from you when they can buy from the competition? And if you can't answer me, I will phone you back in 10 minutes' time. You've got to be able to answer that question. Yeah? And we're not good at it. And figure out how we can be better, how people can buy from us. And finally, this quarter, get urgent. It's really weird. During COVID, we made decisions really, really quickly based on limited information, but the fact we needed to make a decision. And we made those decisions. And yet now we're kind of back to, we'll see what happens. Maybe there'll be a turnaround, maybe after the election in whatever country you're in. I just think you need to get urgent again. Stop messing around. So, Ayrton Senna will close this presentation before I say all my thanks. And Ayrton Senna says, you can overtake 15, you cannot overtake 15 cars. You cannot overtake 15 cars in sunny weather. But you can when it's raining. Yeah? And it's raining now. It's raining out there. It is raining. And that means you have the opportunity, because you're the bright ones, you're the smart ones, to actually step out, do something different, and take advantage. Thank you very much.